Finding a perfect church is just like finding the perfect pair of shoes.
It just became like a family to us, and I couldn't imagine not being a part of the church unless the military moved us. It was just, this is where we feel home.
You're going to try many on, and eventually you find the right fit.
I think people are drawn to him because he's real, and I don't think he has pretenses, and I think he speaks from his heart and from what he studies, and he's led by God.
And this church is the right fit for me. Everything from hearing Dave speak Sunday morning, to worshiping with Greg, leading us through worship, to the small groups that I attend, to volunteering, everything just fits. And when you find that right fit, you want to call it home.
Or a result of your identity, not the other way around.
That's just like Dave always preaches. That's the Bible is God's word, His letter to us. That's what He says specifically, and that's what we need, to understand. And
it's the thing that stands out above the rest.
Yeah, and we need to understand. Yeah, we need to understand
society.
that God is still alive today, and that's exactly what the word. When you read into it, that's what it teaches you. So it's good stuff.
Paul says we are chosen. We're chosen in two ways. Look at verse 5. In love, He predestined us. He chose us in love.
I guess I've always believed that the church should really look like your community. I mean, when you look out and see the demographics of the community, you should see that reflected in the church, not a certain kind of church, or these kind of people go to this church and this group of people goes to another church. But we're all from the same community, and we should look like, our church should look like our community.
I think it's important for any church that's growing like Two Rivers Church to have their own identity, to have their own place of worship, and more of a community center for the church.
Having a church home, having a place to call our own, it reaches our number one goal, and that is to be in the community, to be a part of the community, and helping out the community.
I love that this is an old building, old property that we're going to repurpose. I think there are a lot of parallels to that and what God does with us. I once was a certain person with certain skill sets, certain abilities, and God has reformed those into something for His good purposes. And the same thing with this building that we're looking at, and it's going to be a restoration project. And so we'll take something that was kind of used up its purpose and its usefulness, and now God's going to reinvent that through this restoration process and restore it into something that can be used for the kingdom and for our church.
Just allows us the opportunity to have after-school programs and anything God puts on Dave and Greg's heart for us to do as a congregation. It allows us to have the opportunity to do it.
That's one thing that I like a lot about this church is the outreach, the community. When I was involved with Craven County Schools, I learned a lot about the church as part of my employment, because one Sunday each summer, the church volunteers time, and they have repainted Oaks Road School. They've done painting here at New Bern High School, and I think that just sends a powerful message to the community.
Because this building is more than Sunday morning. It's always been that plan. We've always wanted a place that we could do something more than just come to on a Sunday morning worship service, that we can have something that we can offer during the week. Whether that's a place where people can come and have a Bible study in the middle of the week, or if it's something that we can create for our community. If it's a community center or outreach teen place, or if it's something that we can offer to our community to use. So the building is a great place in that we can have an identity within the community, but it's much more than that. We want it to be a place that is every day of the week.
But the size of it, there's so much potential in this particular location where, I mean, we could see a youth group center, and then the actual where the congregation meets on Sundays, and we could have like a cafeteria area. Like, there's so much potential in this building where, obviously I would imagine we start small and then continue to grow within that building. There's so much room.
I think a building is just another tool, and we still hope to be about the same mission, loving God, loving others, and serving the world. We just have a home base to do it from.
And you'll find that it's more than just a Sunday to Sunday church. We are a family.